All right, so we should all have calculator equation solver. So far, we've looked at two different ways to solve equations. Yesterday, I showed you how to use your calculator, putting the left side in y1, putting the right side in y2, finding the intersection point, and voila, we've got our answer. Or we can do it algebraically, which is what we did half of our assignment as, algebraically. Today, I'm going to show you one other method. The calculator will actually solve equations for you. It's got a what you call an equation solver built in. So, where the heck is it? Well, before I show you that, before I show you where the equation solver is, you've got to know that in order for the equation solver to work, it says that it has to be equal to 0. Your equation has to be equal to 0 first before you can use this equation solver. So if you notice this first example here, you got the equation 2x equals 184. So it has to be equal to 0 first, so all I did was take the 23x and subtract it from the other side. Now I'm able to use my equation solver. If you look at the second one here, 2x plus 1 is equal to 5x minus 8. Well, I can't use the equation solver unless it's equal to 0. So all we're doing is taking all of this side right here and moving it to the right. We're subtracting. That's what this minus sign is right here. We're subtracting the left side minus the right side. Same thing on this last one here. I can't use the equation solver yet because it's not equal to 0. So what we're doing is we're taking this whole left side right here and we're moving it to the right. And we're doing that by using subtraction. So remember, in order to use the equation solver, it's got to be equal to 0 first. So let me show you how this is going to work. Go to your calculators and we're going to go to the button that says Math. Everybody go to the button that says Math. And you're going to have to go down all the way to the bottom until you see one that says Solve. And it's way at the bottom. It's going to take you a while before you get there. There it is, Solve. That's the one we're going to be using today. So go ahead and select that one for me. Solver. Hit Enter. And this is the screen that you get. This is where we're actually going to put the equations in. Notice how it says 0 equals. That's because all these equations that we have over here say 0 equals. So we're going to work this first example right here, and we're going to find out what its solution is using this equation solver. So here we go. It already says 0 equals. So all we're going to type in is 184 minus 23x. 184 minus 23x. Then we're going to hit Enter. Now you'll notice here it says x equals 0. The trick here, guys, is that is not the answer. That answer is not correct. In order to get the correct answer, you're going to have to hit the green button, the alpha. Hit the green button and then Enter. Green button and then Enter. And it's going to change that number to an 8. That is your solution. That is the answer to this first example. Solution here to that equation is 8. So on your paper, I want you to write down 8. That is our solution to the first example. It's a little tricky. I want to type in the next example. And in order to get back to the equation solver, the fastest way to do that is just use the up arrow key. If you go up arrow, notice it'll bring back the equation solver. You can get rid of this first equation by hitting clear and type in your new equation. So now we're going to type in the second equation. So here we go. We're going to type in 5x minus 8 minus, now notice there's parentheses around that 2x plus 1, so make sure you use those parentheses. Parentheses, 2x plus 1, close your parentheses, hit Enter. I want you to notice the number they gave you. That number 8 is not your answer. That 8 is actually the answer to the previous question. Notice right here I got the 8. It's the answer to the previous question. You want the answer to this question, you're going to have to hit the green button and then Enter. And now we get a new number. The new solution is 3. So the solution to this equation here is 3. There is our answer to the second example, 3. Let's try the third example. Again, I want to get back to the equation solver, so I'm going to hit the up arrow key. The up arrow. Clear that one out. And let's type in the next one. We're going to type in 3x plus 6 minus, now make sure you have all those parentheses. So I got a parenthesis, 4, another parenthesis, 2x minus 1, close the parenthesis. Got to have all those parentheses. Once you have it all typed in, you're going to hit enter. But again, notice the number you're getting. That 3 right there is the answer to the previous question. I want the new answer. So you're going to have to hit the green button, and then enter. And now you'll get your solution. The solution here is 2. X equals 2. So 2 is my answer to this example right here. So this is how we use the equation solver. But remember, it's got to be equal to 0 first. So I tell you what, we're going to skip the rest of that page, and I want you to turn to the back side. We're going to do a couple more on the back side. The practice problems. I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit faster. We're going to do number 1 together. So let's go back to equation solver on our calculator. Hit the up arrow key. Get rid of that stuff. Clear it out. Here's what you're going to do to save some time. You're going to take the right side of the equation on number 1, and you're going to type it in first. So we're going to type in a 20. Whatever's on the right, just type it in. Then you're going to hit the minus sign. Minus. All the other stuff that we type in has to be in a set of parentheses. So we're going to type in the first parenthesis, and then we're going to type in everything that you see on the left exactly like you see it. So we're going to do 2, parenthesis, 3x plus 4, close the parenthesis, minus 12, and then you're going to have to close off that whole thing. Close off that 12 there. Make sure you have that extra parenthesis. So now we got it all in there. Now we're going to hit enter. But again, notice the answer we get is 2. That answer is from the previous question. I don't want that answer. I want the new answer, so hit the green button, enter, and there you have it. Your answer to number 1 is 4. X equals 4. Number 1, the answer is 4. Let's do number 13 together. It's a little tough. We'll do number 13 using the equation solver. So we're going to hit the up arrow key to go back to equation solver. Clear that equation out. We don't need it anymore. Now we're going to do number 13. We're going to type the right side of the equation in first. Type it in just like you see it. So it's going to be 8 parenthesis x plus 8, close your parenthesis, plus 4. That right there is the right side of the equation. Now you're going to minus, and everything to the left side of the equation we're going to type in. But everything in the left side has to be in its own set of parentheses. So there's my first parenthesis. Now I'm going to start typing in everything that I see to the left. So I'm going to do 9 parenthesis x plus 8, close your parenthesis, plus 6. And don't forget to close off that 6. All right, close off the parenthesis. Now you've got it in. Hit enter. Remember, 4 is the answer to the previous question. You're going to have to hit the green button and then enter. So now we know the answer to number 13. The answer to number 13 is negative 10. Negative 10 is your answer to number 13. All right, let's try one more, one that has fractions in it, like number 15. Let's try number 15. Number 15, I'm going to have to go up arrow key, clear that out, and we're going to start by typing in the right side of the equation. Now remember, we can get the 1/3 by hitting the green button and then the y equals. We use number 1. Oh, wait a minute, didn't work. Y'all get the same thing? All right, I guess we're going to have to type it in the old-fashioned way. So we use parentheses around our 1/2, 1 divided by 2. So I guess it doesn't pick it up on this equation solver. Oh, 1/3, that's right, 1/3. We're doing the right side. So there's the 1/3. Let's get the next parenthesis, 9x plus 27, close the parenthesis, minus 4. That right there represents the right side of the equation. Now I'm going to do minus. Everything on the left has to be in its own set of parentheses, so here's my first parenthesis. But I've got another fraction, so we're going to have to do the same thing. That fraction is going to have to be in parentheses. So we're going to do parentheses, 1 divided by 2, close the parenthesis. Then we're going to do another parenthesis, 2x plus 54, close that parenthesis. But then you also have to have an extra parenthesis to close off the whole thing. So it's going to look like this. A little tricky with the fractions. Hit enter. The answer you get is from the previous question, so make sure you hit the green button and then enter. And our new solution is 11. So the answer to number 15 is 11. So this is how we use the equation solver. Anybody ever used this one before? Ever seen that before? What do you think? You like this one or you like the graphing better? Or about the same? The only thing you got to be careful about with this one, guys, it's got to be equal to 0 first. So you got to subtract, and then everything over there needs to be in a set of parentheses. All right, you're going to finish up that assignment for me. You don't have to show me any work. All you have to do is use the equation solver.